All praise to the Most High Creator and Sustainer of life. Thank you, Creator, for sparing us one more sunny day. Bless all of you who are here with us and bless those of you who are not, according to the wisdom of the Creator. Thank you all for the good that you do in your homes, in your families, in your businesses, your churches, your mosques, your synagogues, your schools, fraternities, sororities, and whatever situation or organization or whatever endeavor that you find yourself involved in. Thank you for the good that you offer to your fellow men, women, boys, and girls. On this channel, I want to encourage churches to take more of an interest in their communities. And I want to encourage everyone, but since I have spent most of my life in church, I should be able to do something with 50 years of experience, and you should also. I want to encourage churches to take more of an interest in the communities where their congregations are located, and more of an interest specifically in the members of those churches to make sure that every member is doing well. This can be done according to the Bible because with God, all things are possible. This channel intends to promote a conversation with the church about the church. I don't have the answers. If I did, I'd be giving them to you. I'm trying to find the answers. I don't want you, and I'm not saying that you have been in the dark about God and about the church, but I don't want you to be like me, to have to go to church for approximately 40 years and not understand that you are the church. And on this channel, I particularly reach out as an advocate for the poor of the church. Also to the poor of the community, but when possible, but always encouraging us, encouraging our leaders with love, with respect, with appreciation for them being willing to stand in the places where they are, but asking them to make a budget for the poor of your churches, people you know who need your financial help. Hello, it is Saturday, February 8th, 2025. Already, time is flying. As the old people used to say, now I'm an old person, so I guess it's okay for me to say that. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to Church Talk Unlimited with James Paul Berry. This is a talk. It's an important talk, but it's a talk. I'm not trying to tell you how I'm going to save you and save your soul and save the world. I'm trying to get you to talk to me and help me to save my world, help me save my life, because I don't have it all together. I have some wonderful things in my life. Most of the things in my life are wonderful, but I'm still challenged, and especially when someone asks me or says to me, there's no God, I don't want to shake in my boots or start to give a word salad. I want to have some comeback to someone who says that to me, and I have. And I want you to have some comeback to anyone who challenges your faith, why you believe that stuff. I encourage you to have an answer, and the Bible encourages all of us to be able to be ready to give an answer of the one who questions us and do it with meekness and with fear, the hope that is in us. Today, we're going to talk about the PER syndromes: politics, entertainment, and religion. And I want to talk about it from the perspective of how it affects the church. And I want to talk about it from the perspective that the church is us, not a building, not those few people who administrate, those who take care of the different functions of the church in terms of administering payments and vendors and all those types of things, but the whole of us, those that Paul said the hand cannot say to the foot, I have no need of you. That church that we are all members of according to the Bible. 1 John 2:15 through verse 17, if you'd like to read with me from the New Testament. 1 John 2, verses 15 through 17. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. Now, John says, love not the world, and John is not talking about don't love your cornbread and your collard greens and your black-eyed peas and your steak and your lobster. But John is talking about don't put the lust of our flesh and our eyes and the pride of life in the same category as the love of God. The PER syndrome, politics, entertainment, and religion, causes us in the church to act just like everybody else. And the reason I say this is because I've been watching, I do a lot of research for these little 15, 20 minutes that I spend talking on YouTube. I spend a lot of time listening to other people. And I watch the reactions of Americans particularly. And we take politics as if this stuff is really personal in the sense that these politicians care about us. I think you're fooling yourself. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. For some reason, when they make that vow and get into the government, they are no longer, for some reason, interested in working for the people, especially the poor. And if they were, why would we have such a problem in America with all of this money that is being spent by our government, money that we have given them through taxes? Why do we have so many people that are homeless? And all of these black leaders who are talking about the black rights and things, why is it that the black people are 40% of the homeless, but only 12% of the population overall? Politics, entertainment, and religion. Entertainment. Kamala Harris's team spent millions of dollars on entertainers. Many of us are influenced, and I have been. I understand if someone famous gets up and endorses a candidate, man, that must be the way to go. But these people who are entertainers and actors, these people, when they're on stage, they're doing a job. They're doing a job, and when that song is over or that filming is over, that job is over for that time. They're not doing it because they are in love with us. Millions of dollars were spent on entertainers. And I just thought about What if that money had been taken down on Skid Row, where you know there's some people down there who would certainly be able to come up with that kind of money, but they don't get the chance. And religion, because people can say anything that they want to say in America. You can't say that everywhere, but let me take this off my head. You can't say everything you want to say anywhere, but in America, you can say just about anything when it comes to religion. And even though we talk about a separation between church and state, but you can't really separate the church and state, but you can separate the church being controlled or being told what to do in the church by the state. But many times the state is made up by members of the church. What I'm saying, there are many members of Congress, and that's most likely, if not all, most of them are members of some church. And that's okay. But religion, that's the part that kills us. That's the part that causes us to hate when we start to say that mine is better than yours because I do it this way. I got mine from God, and God told me to tell you what to do, not you tell me what to do. When we start doing things like that, religion, those type of religious things, those are the syndromes that harm us. A syndrome, according to, and if you'd like to look this up, you can go to dictionary.com, Oxford Dictionary, is a group of symptoms which consistently occur together or a condition characterized by a set of associated symptoms. But the definition that I liked most was, it was a rare situation in which a characteristic combination of opinions, emotions, or behavior come out. In the book of Matthew, chapter 7, I believe it is, verse 34, hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested Jesus with this question: Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second, verse 39, is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. There are over 150 million churches in the world, the last time I did some research. They all are basically the same in terms of sin and salvation and forgiveness and mercy. But there's just a few things about us that cause us to hate each other, to not be able to get along. There are religions that are polytheistic in their beliefs. But even in their polytheism, many of their principles line up with ours. Jesus replied to this man about the greatest commandment in the law, and I believe there's a universal law. I believe that if you and I, whoever you are, especially church folk, because I know if you're serious, I know where your mind is in terms of the Bible and what God asks you to do according to the Bible. If you believe this, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and this is what you're trying to do, you're going in a good direction. If you're trying to love God, whoever God is, I can't explain who God is. I can't explain where God is because I believe God is everywhere. How do you explain that? How do you pinpoint that power, that energy? But Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart. How do you do that? I would say by continuing, like Jesus said, in my word, then are you my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. But the PER syndrome keeps us away from asking those questions that upset people because they don't have the answers. I don't believe God will leave us to be possibly judged with eternal damnation and not give us the information that we need. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Leave politics, entertainment, and religion in its place. God must be more than what we call religion. And love your neighbor as yourself. Is this what we're doing? Particularly in churches, is this what we're doing? If Jesus came to church with us today or tomorrow or whenever, would the Jesus of the Bible be welcome? Until next time, I thank you all for being here. I wish you all the things that you need. God bless you. Hello, sis. Good to see you. God bless.